Hey, welcome to our channel. I'm Nick, aka Dad, and this is Monkey Business Off-Road. This week we are going to get into doing a little bit more upgrading to our front bumper. This is a product we've had sitting in our garage for a while, actually a little over a year. This is Baja Designs Squadron SAE fog lights. And the reason I went with them is I want to be able to run them on the highway and not blind anybody else, but still get some good light for those foggy days that we have here in the Midwest. We have quite a few nights that get pretty foggy and during the days, and wanted to make sure that we're road legal with these. This is the older version. They have come out with a newer version, but I bought these, like I said, about a year and a half ago. So we're going to put these in. I'm going to show you some of the wiring that Ford has on the Bronco, because we're actually going to tie right into the wiring harness that we're for the fog lights from our OEM bumper. Just want to be able to use them just with the switch on the dash, not have to worry about putting an auxiliary switch in or putting a toggle switch in for the fog lights. We're going to tie these right in. So we'll show you the wiring and which one is the positive versus your ground, and just make it easy for you if you decide to do an aftermarket fog lamp kit with your aftermarket bumper, or maybe you're just using the factory bumper and just want a little bit better fog light. So let's get this install started. All right, so for the install here, here's what I'm going to be using anyway. I'm going to use some adjustable pliers. This is a 5/32. 5/32 as well. Again, this is an Allen or a hex head socket. Same with this, obviously. This one just has a little bit of a ball at the end where you can get some adjustability. 9/16 wrench, some wire strippers, and then we have our fog lights, which I've already tightened down the bolts on both sides just to give me a little bit of flexibility, because I've noticed that once you put these into the bumper, just the bracket, it's going to be really difficult to get into the side over here to get the interior screw done. So just figure I'll put them on with the brackets. Hopefully that works out well for us. They have their own connections, which are a weatherproof connection. And herein lied the problem. I had some almost plug and play connectors come in, but they do not fit onto the factory harness. So we're going to do our own. So they have a kit here where you can actually make your own, but in simplicity for me, they actually give you the wiring, at least this kit did, because it wasn't an upfitter kit. Has the little switch here that if you want to do a toggle. So what I'm going to do is I've decided to just take these connectors right off here, and they will plug right into the fog lamps. I'll plug this into, or tie this into, the Bronco and the OEM wiring. We have two of them here, obviously, so we'll use this to make our own plug and play kit. I've got my little solder joints here, which will make them waterproof as well, and don't have to worry about them. Just so you know, here is the OEM fog light. So a little bit different. I mean, they've got 4 LEDs. This one has the one projector type lens to it. It is a sealed unit, has a little heat sink on the back, and an adjuster to, go up and down with them. So in case you are blinding somebody, you can adjust those. But yeah, I took this off just to show you the difference. And obviously they've got their 4 on the Squadrons. A little bit larger heat sink on the back, those fins to disperse heat. And the adjustability all comes from up here. So we will get these Squadron SAEs put in. But before we put these in, let me show you the wiring on the Bronco that you'll be connecting these into. All right, this is our driver's side. We've got our sensor over here, which we just did a video on that. So if you're interested in seeing how the sensors go in, we'll post a link up top. But here is the driver's side. You have a black with green stripe, and then an all brown, which will just cut these off right here at the connector. And the brown is actually your positive on the driver's side. So that will be what will make sure connect to the power for the fog lamps using the wire diagram from Baja Designs, and make sure our connectors line up. Let me show you the passenger side. Now here on the passenger side, we again have a black with green stripe, and a yellow with orange stripe. Kind of hard to see here, but the yellow with orange stripe is your positive on the passenger side. Just wanted to let you know that. So if you are doing any kind of fog light, doesn't have to be Baja Designs, they are not sponsoring this video, but anybody out there, even if you're going with an inexpensive like light LED light from Harbor Freight or something, you just want to know that. So yeah, your yellow with orange stripe on the passenger side is your positive. Driver's side is brown. Let's get these guys cut and get some soldering sticks going. All right, so we've cut off the ends of the wiring that we got from Baja Fabs. So we've taken this wiring loom here, and we've cut off the two ends, and I've got some solder sticks on here. It looks like this is about an 18 gauge wire, so I use the little red ones. Got them both stripped back, ready to go. So now we'll just need to cut off the ends of our OEM wiring harness and get these attached. Well, we've got one connection already soldered here. First time I'm actually using a heat gun to do this. Usually I use just a little lighter to get it done. But when you get these done, one thing I've noticed is when you're using a heat gun and you get this all soldered down, don't pull on it right away. Give it some time to cool off and get that adhesion there. Because if you start pulling too soon, it might not be cooled down enough and actually welded. So yeah, just give it some time. But yeah, let me get this last one soldered down here, and we'll put in the fog light. So we're doing a little tug test here. I like these connections. I mean, they seem like a gimmick to me at the beginning, but they've worked out really well. I've used them a couple times, and I always try to get whatever wire I'm doing, get past this little seal here point that actually makes a good watertight seal supposedly over the sheathing, because I want to make sure that no water's penetrating in here to where the wires are at and that solder's at. So yeah, it looks like we've got good solder there and nice and tight. So yeah, let's put in the fog lamp and get the driver's side done. All right, so I did remove the light. It seems like it's gonna be a little bit easier not having it in the way. And then this gives you the option to then go to a 9/16 drive to be able to hold this down and tighten it up, and then just use your 9/16 ratchet to be able to tighten it down. Let's get this done. All right, seems like I've got enough room there. I can get in the fog light as well. I may loosen this up just a hair. Not sure if that's where I want it sitting or not yet, but you've got time to be able to move around that, and we've got our connection. So let's just get it installed, and then we'll be done with the driver's side, and we'll wrap this video up. Well, and there we've got it. We've got the factory wiring harness done. The fog lamps are working. Get my headlight out of the way, but yeah, I mean, I really like them. I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like at night. Got them both in. Probably need to do a little adjusting. I think the passenger side one is a little bit further in than my driver's side one. But other than that, this install is complete. Hey, thanks again for watching. Hopefully it's been informative. I know everybody that had fog lights, this is the wiring system they had. Now, if you had the modular bumper and your vehicle didn't come with fog lights, I believe your wiring may be a little bit different, but they do have wiring behind the modular bumper to put in fog lights. So keep that in mind, and you can find information on forums all over the place on doing that. But again, we appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button and that like button for us. We'd love for you to be part of the Monkey Business Off-Road family, and more videos to come. So if there's things you're looking for to know how to do, let us know. Maybe a video we have coming up. But as always, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.